Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of our Prep Sports Highlight Show here on SportsSceneTV.net. I'm Anthony Serenana. Well, last week the Ayala Bulldogs faced one of the Sierra League's premier teams, the Chino Hills Huskies, in their annual rivalry game. And in Week 8, the Bulldogs would host yet another elite team and last year's Sierra League champions, the Charter Oak Chargers. So let's head out to Ayala High School and watch the highlights from this game. With their minds focused and set for kickoff, the Ayala Bulldogs were getting ready to face the defending Sierra League champions, the Charter Oak Chargers. Since this is the last regular season home game for the Bulldogs, it was also senior night, where families had an opportunity to enjoy a special pre-game ceremony honoring those students who will be graduating. The Charter Oak players arrived to the game behind schedule due to the major accident that took place on the 60 freeway, causing the game to start a bit later than its 7 o'clock p.m. time. Ayala would get the ball to start the game, and from their own 38-yard line, Bulldogs quarterback Brian Mayette completes the pass to wide receiver Dane Cruikshank to get to the Chargers' 35. Still on the same drive, the Bulldogs quarterback Brian Mayette has to scramble. He throws a pass to Blake Wallace, who makes the fingertip grab at the Chargers' 7-yard line. A few plays later, the Bulldogs running back Jordan Robinson plows his way up the middle to score the 4-yard touchdown, and it caps the 7-play, 59-yard drive to take the lead 7-0 with 8:35 left in the first quarter. The Charter Oak offense was quick to respond on their first possession of the game as quarterback Corey Brown throws this 37-yard pass, and it's caught by Bryce Bobo at the Ayala 35. Charter Oak would get to the Bulldogs' 7-yard line, and once again it was a pass from quarterback Corey Brown to Bryce Bobo, who goes in for the touchdown. It ties the game up at 7 with 4:53 left in the first quarter. The Chargers would come back quickly on their second possession and take the lead 14-7 on this 42-yard run by running back Aaron Bonds. This caps a quick 3-play, 60-yard drive that lasted only 34 seconds. Still in the first quarter, the Chargers would score yet again on this 1-yard run by quarterback Corey Brown, and the Chargers, scoring on 3 straight possessions, take the lead 21-7. Going into the second quarter, the Bulldogs defense makes a big play as Kyle Anderson gets a hand in to knock the pass away from Ryan Tolliver, which would have given the Chargers a big pickup in yards. On 1st and 10 from the Chargers' 33-yard line, the Bulldogs quarterback Brian Mayette airs one out to Blake Wallace, who makes the catch in the end zone for the touchdown. The Charter Oak Chargers would go into halftime with the lead 21-14. In the second half, the Chargers offense came out strong as Aaron Bonds on the swing pass gets the ball and takes it in for the 13-yard touchdown reception. Charter Oak would lead 28-14 with 10:17 left in the third quarter. Charter Oak would widen their lead on this 25-yard pass from quarterback Corey Brown to Ryan Tolliver for the touchdown. The PAT was unsuccessful, and the Chargers lead 34-14 with 6:28 left in the third quarter. The Chargers would close the door on this game in the fourth quarter as Aaron Bonds would run the ball into the end zone from 10 yards out to score the touchdown, and Charter Oak goes on to win the game 41-14. Charter Oak remains undefeated in the Sierra League with a 3-0 record, and Ayala is 1-2 in league play. Be sure to check out our website, SportsSceneTV.net, for individual and team stats in the game. Next week, Charter Oak will play Claremont, and Ayala will play South Hills. We had a chance to speak to Charter Oak head coach Lou Farrar and Ayala head coach Randy Reams after the game, and here's what they had to say. All right, we're here with head coach Lou Farrar. Congratulations, coach, on your big victory. It seemed like both ends of your defense and offense were working.
We had this traffic problem, and it kind of carried over into our pregame, and we had to delay the game. We didn't go through our normal warm-up, and we're pretty much creatures of habits, and that's my fault. I should have done a better job in getting us prepared for that. But anyway, we just need to do things the way we do them, and that's methodically. And anyway, we came out and played better in the second half.
Talk to me about your quarterbacks. 1-2 punch right there, number 13 and number 15.
Guys have been doing this for 5 decades. We have, 2 tackles, two guards, 2 quarterbacks, 5 receivers. They're just football players. That's all I care about. I mean, yeah, some of them guys throw them, some guys catch them, and some guys block. But we have 2 quarterbacks. Okay, now, next question.
All right. good things about the game you liked and something you'd like to see improved?
I like the fact that our kids stayed and played hard. They knew this team was a 5-2 team that was in here trying to get a piece of the league championship. And when you're a defending league champion, you know everybody's looking for you bringing their A game. And these guys were tough, very, very good. We gave up some big plays, and we just can't do that against good teams. You just can't give up big plays. And one of their best athletes against our best athlete. Kid makes a great throw, great catch. That's all you could ask for, for kids to compete. But I thought our kids came out and competed pretty well in the second half, and I'm happy about that. We still got to stop giving up the big play.
All right, we're here with head coach Randy Reams. Coach, a very emotional night, senior night, another game where you guys came back and battled and were really close. Tell me your thoughts.
It was a heck of a game. Our guys did fight. We came back in the second half and did our best to get back in that game, only down 1 score going into halftime. Charter Oak executed a pretty good game plan in the second half. They did a good job keeping the ball away from us. We went 3 and out on our first series, but then after that, it was a while before we saw the ball again on offense. We put together a pretty good drive, and then penalties hurt us. And so, I give all the credit to them because they did a very good job executing their game plan.
We had an opportunity to see you guys last week against Chino Hills. Same resiliency with this team. Tell me your thoughts about your players and this never give up attitude.
I love these guys. These guys are going to work hard. They're going to keep fighting. They're going to continue to play. They're going to battle till the end. I'm excited because right now the playoffs start for us, and they don't start in 2 weeks. They start right now. We've got to win 2 games to get in. Well, I consider this the start of the playoffs. And
you mentioned the playoffs. I mean, this game did have that feel of a playoff matchup. You mentioned penalties were the keys or part of the keys. So what are you going to go back for practice and bring back with that message to your team?
It's just a matter of going back to practice and just making sure that we're disciplining ourselves and making sure that we're staying focused on snap counts, on cadence, making sure that we're bringing our legs on tackles and not reaching, because when you reach, you grab face masks. Just back to fundamentals. We got to get back to fundamentals and continue to get better.
Checking out the rest of the Sierra League scoreboard, Chino Hills is victorious over Claremont 57-12, and in the game, Huskies quarterback Matt Simcoe threw for 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards passing. Running back Louis Noplis ran for 3 touchdowns and 152 yards, while wide receiver Jack Austin had 125 yards receiving. And next week, the Huskies will be home to host the Damien Spartans. In a Thursday night game, South Hills was defeated by Damien 38-21. Coming off a bye week, the Mount Baldy League's Chino Cowboys entered Thursday night's game against Gary with a 3-0 league record and looking to remain perfect in league play. The Cowboys opened the game playing aggressively as they successfully administered an onside kick for the game's opening kickoff that led to a 30-yard touchdown run by Jesse Rosa. The Cowboys' offense never looked back as they took the lead into halftime 43-0, and that would be the final score of the game to give the Cowboys an impressive 4-0 league record. Game totals for Chino on the ground game, the Cowboys had 34 carries for 248 yards, and from the air, quarterback Alex Ariano was 4 for 8 with 78 yards and 1 touchdown. Next week, Chino will travel to face the Colony Titans. Looking at the rest of the Mount Baldy League scoreboard, Don Lugo gets the win over Ontario 31-22, and in the game, running back Terry Gordon had 183 yards rushing for 3 touchdowns. Next week, Don Lugo will play Gary at Pomona's Nancy McCracken Stadium. Colony defeated Chaffee 42-0, and Montclair had a bye week. It's now time for our Roscoe's Highlight of the Week, sponsored by Roscoe's Famous Deli. This week's highlight comes from the Charter Oak Ayala game as the Chargers quarterback Corey Brown launches a deep pass that looks like it's going to be caught by wide receiver Ryan Tolliver, but the Bulldogs defensive back Kyle Anderson, hustling downfield, gets a hand on the pass to knock the ball away. This has been the Roscoe's Famous Deli Highlight of the Week. I would love to see your amazing highlight videos from the games you attend. If your video is selected by our producers as the Roscoe's Highlight of the Week, then you will receive a $25 gift card to Roscoe's Famous Deli. All you have to do is email them to us at videos@sportscenetv.net. It's now time for our Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week, where we interview a high school athlete who not only does well on the field, but also excels academically. In this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week segment, we are proud to be able to feature 3 student athletes. First, we feature the Ayala Bulldogs' Matthew Gossip, And our other 2 student athletes are from the Charter Oak Chargers, quarterback Corey Brown and linebacker Tyler Siedentop. It's now time for the Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week. I'm here with the Ayala Bulldogs, Matthew Gozick. Matt, thanks a lot for joining us. Just got a couple of questions for you. First one is your GPA and the grade level that you're at right now.
Right now, I'm a senior right now. My GPA, weighed, because I take AP classes, around like 4.0.
All right, and do you have a favorite subject or subjects that you like?
My favorite subject is English literature.
And do you have a college or favorite college or ideas that you think you might want to go?
Right now I'm planning to go to UCLA, and if that doesn't work out, I'm trying to go to University of California, Irvine.
And what would you like to major in that?
I would like to major in kinesiology so I could become a physical therapist.
All right, great. Couple of lighter questions here. Do you have any other hobbies besides sports?
Besides sports, I like doing community service. I like hiking a lot too, so community service and hiking.
Well, you live in the right city for hiking.
Yeah.
You guys got nice trails. Do you have a favorite video game that you like to play?
Oh,
What
man,
system?
favorite video game. Okay, Xbox 360 for sure. Probably have to say Borderlands 2.
Okay. And is there anything that you like to do, a ritual before a game to get you in the zone?
Well, as you can see right here, I like putting eye black all around my eyes, so I like doing that and pretty much praying in the end zone every game.
All right. Finally, the big question we ask all our Scholar athletes, PC or Mac?
Mac is more reliable.
All right. You got the new iPhone 5?
No, sir, I have a Droid, but I got a Mac at home, though.
You're going to be switching teams there pretty soon. Right?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right. This is our Scholar Athlete of the Week from the Ayala Bulldogs, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's now time for our SportsSceneTV.net weekly Prep Sports Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. We have quarterback Corey Brown along with Tyler Siedentop, and they are Scholar Athletes of the Week from Charter Oak. We're going to get into it right away, guys. You can tell us your grade level and GPA.
Oh, I'm a junior and I have a 4.0.
I'm a senior this year and I have a 4.3.
All right. Is there a favorite subject or subjects you guys have?
I really do like math a lot.
Got to go with the math for me too.
All right, great. And do you have a college in mind that you'd like to go to, or a dream college?
A dream college would be somewhere like Oregon or Arizona State that has really good football or baseball.
I think for me, I'd kind of want to stay a little more close to home. I'd be APU, USC, or UCLA.
All right, and is there a degree or a major subject that you'd like to get into?
I would like to go into engineering.
I think I want to try and get into physical training.
All right, great. Now, on a little bit of a lighter side here, what do you guys like to do before a game to get in the zone or to kind of relax, besides a long bus trip?
Well, I do read the Bible and just trust in God, and it really does calm me down. Maybe watch a little TV.
All right. Every time before the game, we get together with all the other linemen and this guy over here, and we get to do a little close prayer together, and I think it really gets us ready for the game.
All right, great. And if you guys can tell me if you have a favorite video game or games that you like to play, and if you do, what game system?
Probably like 2K13, baseball or football, and PS3.
I got to go back to that Nintendo 64 with that Super Smash Brothers.
There you go. Very good. All right. And if you can tell us if you are an Apple or PC guy.
Well, I think everybody might go with the Apple, so I'm going with PC.
All right. That'd be different.
Yeah, I grew up with a PC. Got to stick with the PC.
Windows 8 tablet coming out.
Oh, yeah, baby.
There you go. All right. So there are Scholar Athletes of the Week here from the Charter Oak Chargers. Once again, we would like to thank Dick's Sporting Goods for sponsoring our Scholar Athlete of the Week segment and congratulate the Ayala Bulldogs, Matthew Gozick, and the Charter Oak Chargers, Corey Brown and Tyler Siedentop, for being named our Scholar Athletes of the Week. Well, that concludes this edition of our weekly Prep Sports Highlight Show here on Sports Scene TV. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Sports Scene TV, where we post live game updates every Friday night of all the games in the Chino Valley and updates of scores and games throughout the San Gabriel and Inland Valleys. Also, follow us on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest prep sports coverage. Also, make sure you stay tuned to our website, SportsSceneTV.net, where we bring you the latest stats and, of course, our weekly Prep Sports podcast, where we recap games in detail and interview coaches. For the entire staff here at Sports Scene TV, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.